Hey everyone, welcome to the Stonery podcast. I am Jillian and I'm here to talk to you about CBD. So let's get into it. So, CBD is not a psychoactive cannabinoid, it is just there to keep you moving and grooving. It is just a medicine. And that is not to say that THCA doesn't have medicinal properties. It has an insane amount of medicinal properties, some of which I think work better in certain circumstances. It is all about like what is ailing you and what you need to recover. If I have a migraine, I'm not running for CBD. If I have a migraine, I'm getting whatever strain is going to keep me going and not amplify the pain in my head. I can say McFlurry was okay, but we don't even have that strain anymore. It's an old flower that I have. CBD is really good for getting that medicinal property from the plant without sacrificing some of your motor functions. Like you're not gonna get high, you're not gonna lose your reactivity, whatever. Whatever it is you wanna say, like when you're obliterated and you can't function. If you're smoking with CBD, it can actually help mellow you out. So some people say it lessens the high. I think in large doses, yes, but in small doses, I think you get something similar to the entourage effect with gummies, where the CBD helps with like the pain and the anxiety, and then the THC gets you high. But maybe I'm wrong. I actually haven't looked that up. It's just a theory. But if you are getting really high and really paranoid and you're overdoing it, you're greening out, or maybe you're smoking with a friend and you guys didn't prepare for that to happen, like go get you some CBD. Give you have gummies, tinctures. You can try the plant. I've never tried the plant itself for taking me down from a high, but it's been a while since I've needed that. I don't know. I haven't experimented too much with this. I haven't needed to, but I would love to hear from some people who actually have used CBD to take them down a few notches. CBD can be derived from hemp plants, where it is more commonly found, or in plants that are grown in legal states. It is just in larger quantities in hemp plants, if I'm not mistaken. So I'd love to talk about like what form CBD comes in. You can get it in an edible, so you can get it in a lot of different kinds of foods. You can infuse CBD into anything. It is a bud, works just the same as making THCA edibles. It is in lotions or topicals. It really can help with a lot of joint pain that way. I haven't had like I keep a lotion. I keep or not a lotion. I keep a ointment of some kind, of CBD because I just if you get some sort of like back pain, if you get any sort of like hand like carpal tunnel, it can help with that. Also, you can find it in pill form. You can also find THC in pill form, which is really weird. I mean, it's not weird. If you want to take it like ibuprofen, take it like ibuprofen and take it like a pill. I like sugar. So I'm going for the gummy. I'm going for the drink. I'm going for the concentrate. I had a really good dab of CBD at Kefi, of course. And I've had, obviously, the bud at Kefi is my favorite CBD so far. I have a couple of other places I do want to try from. And you can get tinctures. CBD can provide relief for chronic pain, anxiety, inflammation, depression, and many other conditions. Also, I would like to say, before I go any further, definitely talk to your doctor if you feel like CBD is something you should include because you if you are on other medicines, obviously interactions can happen. It is always best to keep your doctor involved in everything that you consume. I'm just trying to cover my ass, guys. Just do things responsibly, make educated decisions, and go to your resources like your doctor to figure it out. CBD is really good at helping with autoimmune diseases, with arthritis, inflammation, which in turn helps with the arthritis. It can help with some neurological conditions like diabetes. It can help with a lot of neurodivergent conditions. What's the right word for that? I don't freaking know. It helps me with my ADHD, my autism, and my PTSD. It also can help like with addiction and alcoholism and helping people get off of different other things. Usually I think THC is known more for that, but you can also use CBD and things like it to help with that kind of stuff. Sometimes people even use cannabis to help with their nicotine addictions and they quit cigarettes or vaping or whatever it is, you know? CBD can really help with gut disorders as well, like Crohn's or otherwise. I've had CBD help me. Like I have it's a 50/50 CBD CBG gummy and that is huge for when I get gluten and I have been glutened recently. So I literally took like 10 of those within the span of 2 days. I've been in pain. But that would be the Serenity at Kefi. CBD can even help with acne sometimes. CBD provides relief from all of these by interacting with your endocannabinoid system. Sometimes, when our endocannabinoid system is out of balance, a lot of these different disorders and things can trigger and get worse. And most of the time, people who have these conditions have a dysregulated endocannabinoid system of some sort. I found this really interesting quote while I was researching CBD, and it says, thus it stands to reason that modulating endocannabinoid system activity may have therapeutic potential in almost all diseases affecting humans. And this came from a couple of scientists, Pal Patcher and George Kunos, with the U.S. National Institutes of Health. In 2013, as long ago as 2013, it's 2016, and we're still not listening to people who are saying that CBD helps. If I pop one of those CBD, CBG gummies and it helps relieve my pain, why can't we just, like, clearly it does something, you know? I'm not going crazy. CBD is also known for helping pets. It has a lot of the same benefits that we get from CBD, your pets will get from CBD. Their bodies are a lot smaller than ours, though, so their dosages are a lot different. Like 1 gram of CBD is usually fine for a cat, you know? Like, I think probably depending on the size of your dog, because 1 gram would be fine for some small dogs. Bigger dogs, probably closer to 5 milligrams or 5 grams, 5 milligrams, whatever you want to call it. There's too many words. Um, but yeah, a bigger dog would be more like 5 to 10, depending. It's probably not gonna make it to 10 unless you hit those massive breeds, but still, they're out there. And let me tell you, those massive breeds need the CBD more than other breeds of dogs. Are you kidding me? They're freaking joints. I've only owned really big dogs, so even the medium to large size dogs that I've owned needed CBD for their joints. I mean, we all do. We're all fucking old. Me, the 25-year-old. No, I just got gluten. That's why my body feels like I'm 90. I am gonna plug in the middle of the episode. Please support me on Patreon. Thanks. That would be cool. So anything you guys can do can help. And if you sign up for the Patreon, you'll get stuff out of it. So there's little perks. There's tiers. Go check it out. All right, back to it. We were talking about pet CBD. So I personally have given all of my animals CBD, every single one of them, including my current cat Twizzler. She uh I tried to give her CBD when we were driving from Massachusetts to North Carolina. She didn't do very well on that drive. Um CBD I do think helped, but she did like break out of her kennel and sit on my lap for the whole ride. So she needed to know. She just was a fucking mess. But either way, like it can help with their joints, it can help with their anxiety, it can help with a lot of different things. One other thing I'd like to mention about CBD, like I said before, it can be isolated from THC, so you can get like a separate just CBD. You won't pass a or you won't fail a drug test, kind of thing. But you have to be very picky about where you buy that CBD gummy. You need to make sure it's from a reputable source. You need to make sure it's from a company that cares that you are looking for pain relief and in need of a drug test to be passed. If I could test our gummies, I would, but I'm pretty sure I would need to stop smoking for at least 2 months in order for my pee to be clean. So, one thing to note as well is that CBD should be a supplemental medicine. It is like an ibuprofen. It is not something you want to fully rely on. I Some people take CBD daily, and if that works for you, that works for you. But if you have severe medical issues, go to the doctor. Do not use CBD or THC to cover up symptoms and get your shit checked out because your body is the only one you got, you know? Gotta keep it safe, gotta keep it healthy, gotta balance out your bad habits with good ones. So, if you take CBD, make sure you're not taking it to cover up symptoms because they will get worse and conditions will get worse, and then you will be in a more severe position when you do end up going to the doctor. I would like to talk about the hemp ban now. CBD is not technically one of those cannabinoids that's being targeted by the hemp ban, but it will be affected by the hemp ban. In theory, you should be able to get CBD after the ban goes through. It is not a psychoactive cannabinoid, but it is similar to THC, as in it's a fucking medicinal cannabinoid, just like THC can be. So if they deem CBD too similar to THC, it would ban CBD. But the CBD full spectrum products will be off the shelf. The CBD products that aren't like isolate that is separated from the rest of the plant might not be available to you. Um, you might just be stuck with the one. Like, I don't know if CBG would be available. I don't know if you could isolate CBG the same. Like, I think you can, especially if we can get it in bud. I would assume you can. But either way, you probably wouldn't be able to get flower CBD. There's a lot at stake with this federal hemp ban. I did a lot of research for this one. I got some of my information from the CDC. I got some of my information from the National Library of Medicine. I got some of my information from Leafly. I got some of my information just from my own knowledge of this stuff. I got some of my own information from Project CBD. I guess my main takeaway would probably be we need to do more clinical studies on this medicine. We need to make sure that people who need this medicine get this medicine over more addictive substances. Because right now they're handing that shit out like it's candied. Sorry, I did not need Oxy for my wisdom teeth removal. I was fine with my edibles. It's not like our normal episode. I haven't actually reviewed any CBD, but I can talk about some CBD that I've smoked. I've bought CBD online and I've bought CBD from Kefi. And I have a couple of other places I want to try CBD from, but it is amazing to see the difference between crappy CBD and Kefi CBD. Me and every single person I talked to had actually said CBD has this weird funky flavor that just like doesn't come off right, you know? And some people listening to this may know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about and you've only had good CBD, that's amazing. Good for you. But like it just was like a really bad flavor. I can't describe it because it's been a really long time and I really don't want to smoke any more of it. uh, I didn't even finish all the CBD I bought. I threw it out. But CBD from Kefi has been really good. And I have some, it's not my favorite strain, but I have the Cashmere Kitty right now, and that one is like a really purple bud. It's really cool. I didn't know CBD could be purple as well. It's flat as fuck, but that is CBD though. Smells fruity. This one has terpinolene, caryophyllene, myrcene, and bisabul for terpenes. And it is for relaxed. It is a good neurology aid. It is good for anxiety, and it is good for pain relief. This one's okay. I wasn't like loving it. I tried the green apple first, and the green apple was phenomenal. And then we have strawberry fritter, which I tried mixed with Oreos, which was a pretty good vibe, but I tried it mixed with some THCA. So I'm really excited to try some of the CBG as well. We have a sour CBG is one of the strains at Kefi. That is all the information I have for you guys on CBD. This is the end of the episode, so this is where I tell you I have merch. I have a Patreon again. Thank you for listening to my other Patreon plug. I will I should do like a whole description of the tiers at some point in the future and get that out, but and I should start doing little ads at the beginning of the episode. Either way, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for hanging out, with me about CBD. If you have anything to add to the conversation, please leave a comment. If you have anything that you think was wrong, let me know, and I'd love to hear your side. But please follow me and hit the like button, rate me 5 stars, do what you can to support the podcast. Tell your friends about the Stonery podcast. If you guys want, you can find me on Instagram. I have an email. I'm on Discord. Have a TikTok. But I am also just here in the podcast. And now I'm working several shifts a week at Kefikana, Smoke Lounge, and Dispensary. Have a good day, everyone.